very concerned, of course, about drug shortages, not only the impact at the provider and patient level, but the impact on clinical research. If we don't have the sterile injectable generics, then that can slow accrual to clinical trials that use those agents as part of the regimens that are being tested. We have spent a lot of time, as everybody up here, on this issue, and the more we dig, the more complex the issue seems. It seems to be on the surface. You would think that this is a simple economic issue. These are very inexpensive drugs that have been around a long time. But the whole manufacturing landscape for generics has changed over the last several years. There have been consolidation in that industry. The whole drug distribution system with large purchasing groups and how those things are handled, and the way drugs are being paid for and how those formulae lag behind. It's not real-time supply and demand. All those factors come into play. We believe that some of the solutions that have been proposed through the PDUFA legislation and others are good, but they're not comprehensive enough. As Nancy said a few minutes ago, we believe that the incentives are probably going to be required. And you need a carrot, and sometimes you need a stick. And so if people don't do what they're supposed to do, sometimes you need enforcement means. And currently, there's not a very large stick in the legislation as best we can ascertain. So we're concerned about that, and we continue to look at that. We're concerned about NIH and NCI funding. We believe that this meeting demonstrates the enormous scope of research and the number of new agents coming along on an annual, daily, yearly basis is phenomenal. But if we can't continue to fund the research in a very robust manner, then that progress will slow. We're very concerned about that. We are concerned about quality. Everything you see at this meeting is all about quality, and we're trying to work very hard to bring some cohesiveness to quality measurement through our COPI program and expand that. And there's lots of information at this meeting about the quality initiatives that ASCO has. Frankly, we're concerned about so many different things, but those are just a small list. But I think that the SGR, the whole payment program in our country, we believe that's flawed. And I think anybody that looks at the data over the last 10 years will see that the formula is flawed. But the solution to that is so complex and so enormous that our Congress has been unable to come up with any sort of comprehensive solution to that. But we believe, like most healthcare organizations believe, is that the SGR formula needs to be eradicated. It needs to be done away with. It's not the right formula for calculating these things. And we believe that alternative payment systems need to be developed. We don't know exactly what that looks like, but one of the things we're concerned about, and I'm sure Ted is as well, is let's say we all agree that SGR needs to go away and another payment system needs to be put into place. It's like being on the north rim of the Grand Canyon and the south rim of the Grand Canyon. They're both great viewpoints. They're both great places to stand. And it may be we want to get to the south rim, but you've got to do a lot of walking and a lot of climbing to get from the north rim to the south rim. And we're concerned that transition period may be very sort of difficult for our practices, for our academic institutions that depend on these revenues to maintain the viability of their operations. So we believe that whenever Congress does act to eradicate SGR and bring in new payments programs, that there be adequate compensation in that period of transition so that our healthcare providers, wherever they work, they maintain economic viability. So those are all big concerns, and we continue to work on those things. I don't think any of those, as I said in something I wrote for this meeting, complex problems don't have simple answers. They're sometimes on the surface seem to be simple, but then you begin to dig, and the details are always very precarious.